Welcome back, I'm Normal Player Guy. Now today's video will be about the farming techniques and what stages to use for the Red Ribbon Army achievement. And that gives you either 15 gems and 1 Dragonstone for 1,250 and 1,500 respectively. Now I have gone through every single one of these quests, every single one of them. And it took a lot of time, a lot of stamina, and I tested each one of the potential candidates over 10 times to see if each one of these was actually relevant. And I found that doing it on Z Hard as well. So this is your first one. Your first one was on stage 10, I believe, the area 10. And this is Red Ribbon's Return 1. And this is a good one. So on this one in particular, there was 17 enemies to defeat over 9 battles, so that actually counts as 17 towards the goal. And the other one was a little bit less, but was also just as easy and quick. So this is slightly longer than the other video, and you might want to go for this one more. But you might want to alternate between the two just to give yourself a bit of variety. Now, you're probably wondering, is there not a higher stage? Is there not a event quest that you can do that to farm some of these others? One where you can get gems, one where you can get more items, or one where you can just get a better chance of link leveling. And the answer to that one is yes, there was a few that actually did that. But for this one, for the sole principle of getting it done as quick as possible, as painless as possible, I found that these that I'll show you over the coming videos, these were the ones that actually were the easiest to do. Now, I would not recommend spending all of your day going through all of your stones and all of your aged meats just to actually get this done. Because remember, you only get one back from doing it. Now, I myself hadn't really done this until I actually dedicated myself to doing this. And honestly, I wasn't that far off. I was around 1,000, so I only needed 500 more. So I actually managed to go through every single one of these stages, and I actually managed to knuckle down and do it. And now I'm sharing this all with you. So the easiest way to do this for me, as you can see, I just recorded my screen, and rather than waiting around for the loading times of a live video, I just uploaded it straight away to my desktop. So this was the first one. As I say, you're going through. The dice was pretty lucky for me. You can get sometimes you can get like fives and sixes and the occasional fours, and that's not great for you because that is going to happen. There were a few guaranteed fights that those are marked by those stop signs. I think you get like 3 or 4 in there, but obviously you get plenty more along the way. Now you want to go around the outside of this one. As you can see, when I first showed you onto this, I gave you a tour of the map. The outside is definitely the best path. So if you went on auto map, no, don't do that. I found that nearly all the time, if not every time, it went straight for the boss. So that's not a good thing to do. If you wanted to go for auto battle, by all means, absolutely, that could work. Of course, you got to plan ahead with these numbers. I actually did get lucky with some of the dice roll. Now, I usually find that going through every quest mode, even though you can get some unlucky rolls, I often found it's as if it was looking out for you. So I've had quite a lot of luck, one would say, with the dice rolls where I needed, I desperately need that 3 or a 2 or a 1, and I get it. So in that regard, it's pretty good. We're going to quickly skip on ahead as there's no need to go ahead too much for this. So, of course, every battle gave me 2, except for the boss, which is only just 1. And, of course, was around 5 and a bit minutes, and of course it generated 17 towards it. I believe I actually got 3 links out of this, which actually wasn't too bad. So of course this is the boss. That's the last one. So that's on the area 10. Now of course the next one is area 10, and I believe it's stage 6, and that's Ace in the Hole. Now this one generated just 12 fights compared to the 17, but was actually a lot quicker. Now again, the stamina occurred into this is very, very low. And don't consider using your boost because you actually want to do this repetitively. And of course, as I say, I give you the tour of the map, and I found the left-hand side is definitely better. And there was 1 or 2 guaranteed fights in there, but you'll find that there is one branching path, but both of those have 2 to choose from. So depending on how your dice rolled, you might need a 3 or a 5 to get there. You'll always probably get at least one of them. Now, of course, we'll just move through this a little bit quicker as well, not to waste too much time, because each one of these videos are touching around 5 or 6 minutes. But yeah, so in principle, this was the best stage, bar none. Now, as I say, double down, focus, just get it done. Don't waste your Dragon Stones, don't waste your stamina, just spend however much time you play, maybe just dedicate a little bit of that time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, however long you play, just dedicate one session in towards doing these stages. Every little bit helps. Imagine if you just chipped away at it at this one is 12 fights, so imagine if you chipped away at it 3 times, that's 36. And imagine if you did the other one, that's 17. You did that a couple of times, before you know it, you're at 54 if you did it 3 times. So it all works out well for you. It's 51 if you did it 3 times, but altogether you'll find that this is definitely the best one. Now, the next video will be the Cell Juniors, and the one afterwards will be the Freezer Force, and the one after will be the Cybermen. Now, Cybermen is definitely the one that's easiest, as going through the quest mode and going through the event mode, all those stories in there. There's definitely a lot more Cybermen out there. Cell Juniors and Freezer Force. Cell Juniors not so bad. Freezer Forces definitely on the low side, and Red Ribbon Soldiers were also on the low side. But as I say, this one's definitely the way to go. And we'll just skip through a little bit just so we can progress towards the end. I believe we're near at the end now. This is probably about the fourth or fifth match. I did actually get a link in there. That's actually pretty good. I didn't foresee that. Heading towards the end then. So the boss is 19. Android 19. He himself does not qualify, funny enough. So you can just have to take him down by whatever means you can. But of course, the rest do count. And honestly, I found that I actually dedicated super hard to this, and I did this in around a day and a half. Now, again, I only needed around 500 of them. So if you hadn't really touched it and you skipped all the battles, you will probably find as well that you will find, of course, as well then that it's going to be longer for you. So you probably end up spending a couple of days onto it. But that's if you really just double down on it. Right then, until then, that is the end. And until then, I'll see you on the next time. Goodbye.